Thank you for joining us for a quick demo of FrontSpin. Today I'll run you through a quick high-level overview of what our tool is all about and show you how this will add value to your sales team. The whole reason we built this was to allow sales reps to get more things done more quickly with less clicks and ultimately drive more business into your pipeline. So first and foremost, think of FrontSpin as the companion app to Salesforce. We have a real-time patented synchronization with all the data in Salesforce, so we can see all of the leads, contacts, activities, etc., and bring them into this interface. So this allows your sales rep to spend their day inside of FrontSpin and get things done far more effectively and more focused than ever before, versus being inside of Salesforce all day and probably having 5 to 10 different tabs open. So I'll show you what it looks like from the perspective of the sales rep here. So right now I'm on my lists tab, and this allows me to bring in any of those reports or lists from Salesforce right into here, and I can put them into my PoweDialer. So we have full telephony built right in. All you need is a headset plugged into your computer, and you're good to go. So in this case, I have a couple built out here. I'm going to look at my executive webinar invite list. I have actually added a playbook to this list, and a playbook for us is a cadence feature. So you'll see here I have 3 steps in this particular playbook cadence, starting with an email invitation to these 51 people right here. So I can easily click on email that step, drop in my webinar invitation template, and fire that off. And the moment I do, they will get that email, and they will filter down into the second step, which will be the follow-up phone call. Or let's start with a different list here. I have the Avengers list and the Avengers playbook added to it. So in this case, I'm saying on day 1, I want to make a first phone call and leave a message. Then I want to follow up 2 hours later with another call. Then a day after that, send an email, and so on and so forth. I can build out a playbook any way that makes sense. It'll be different for every organization and even different for each user, depending on how they want to customize their experience. So in this case, my playbook is set up this way. I have exit reasons to exit people out of the playbook if certain criteria are met. So let's say I reach them and I change the status to they're not the right person, fail them out of there. Or if the call result is set to they're not interested, I want to get them out of the playbook. Or if they call me back or email me back, I want to maybe take them out of the current playbook and put them in a different, follow-up bucket or something to that effect. So it's really fully customizable. Then I can choose what are the steps in my cadence, my playbook. So in this case, here's step 1, first call, leave message, 2-hour gap, make another call, 1-day gap, send an email, and so forth. The net result of which means I have an awesome list I can call right here. I can dial a particular step, or I can dial the entire list, load up my PowerDialer, and I'm off to the races here. So the moment I start dialing, I can start adding my notes. I don't have to wait. I'm going to go ahead and hang up on this person here and hide my dialer just so there's more screen real estate here. But you'll see here I can start adding my notes right away. The phone call we just hung up on is literally playbackable right away. So the telephony is just immediate when you're done with a call. I can go ahead and say maybe they wanted a demo. They were interested, right? So I'll say wants a demo and we'll book for, how about Friday? That sounds good. I can choose a call result here. So I'll say they were interested. And now I can choose to save or save and follow up, which generates a new task. So I'll do that. I'm going to generate a new task here. It's already copying everything I had in my last activity, so I don't have to retype everything. I can choose what type of task this is, call, email, demo, etc. And then I can go ahead and give it a quick due date. So I'll set it for today and I'll save. And you'll see here we have notifications built right in. So contextually throughout your sales day, you'll get these pop-ups for any reminders that you've set. And I can click to dial or click to email right from these. And if I ignore it, it's okay, because I will always have a running list of my notifications up here. So I can click to call or click to call back if I've missed a phone call and things like that. Then when I'm ready, I can decide to call the next person. So maybe I just want to click start calling and dial them right away, or maybe I want to click on their name first and pull up their contact record and preview what was the former conversation that was happening here. So I can listen to any previous, phone calls, play and listen to or look at any previous emails on the account, any notes, things like that. I can see the opportunities. I can see any related items on the account. So here's some other contacts, opportunities, even some leads that have come in through marketing that match by their email address. So there's a lot of capabilities here, but now I'm ready to call this person, so let's start calling. And maybe this time we're going to leave a voicemail. Let's say Captain America's voicemail picks up, and I want to do a pre-recorded message to save myself a ton of time because I don't want to leave the same message 40 times a day. I want to record it once and be able to drop it very easily. So I can do the intro live if I want and customize that experience. So I'll choose my follow-up voicemail here and I'll say, hey Cap, it's Robert at FrontSpin, blah, 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 and click. So the moment I clicked done on there, I've dropped my voicemail right on top of the words I just spoke live. So it just goes all together as one long voicemail for him. I can see on the activity here which voicemail it was. Again, I can start adding my notes, any context I want to add there. Choose a call result. So in this case, my result will be left voicemail. And I had a task to call this guy back anyway. So the system is smart enough to know that, and I can complete the task right from here, all in one place. I've done all these different things. It takes a couple of seconds. I can save, and then I can go off to my next phone call if I want. So for now, I'm just going to close out the dialer, and I want to show you some more stuff in FrontSpin here. So we also have a tasks-based view, so I can get a sense of like all of the tasks that I have assigned to me, anything that's due. In fact, I've got 14 here that are overdue. I can sort them down and say, okay, just show me that demo task, or I want to see everything. And I can click to call or click to dial right from here. So it's very, very simple to do. Let's say I wanted to, update a record or change some sort of value because everything is being synced with Salesforce. The synchronization is real time, it's immediate. So let me show you that. So I'm on Ant-Man's lead profile right now. This is a little shortcut icon. I can click on that to jump right over into Salesforce on that same record. And maybe I want to, update something. I want to change his name. So just for the sake of it, I'm just going to add man twice on here, just so you can see. I'm going to refresh here in Salesforce real quick. And there's the change right there. And it's a bidirectional sync. So if I edit it back in here and I change it, I will save. And then I will jump back over here and refresh, and you'll see it's just back to regular old Ant-Man again. So it's very simple and straightforward. All of these fields that you see, like the owner, the source, the names, the phone numbers, all that stuff, come directly from Salesforce. So when we initially set up FrontSpin, what we do is we come under integrations here, we link a Salesforce account. So once that's linked, now we can see all of those different fields inside of Salesforce, and 90% of which are not relevant to the sales rep. So we want to, say like less is more and map out the things that are actually important to the sales team inside of FrontSpin. So you might say, okay, I want to see the address, I want to see the campaign, I want to see, I don't know, the country, etc. Right? I can do that on leads, contacts, accounts, opportunities, and then map those out, and they'll show up in that interface. Other fun settings you can do on here, like you can control how your PoweDialer works. So I could, like on the demo here, I had it set to I manually clicked on the next call, but you could just as well say, I want a 30-second timer. That gives you just enough time to log your notes and set a task to follow up, and then the moment the timer hits 0, you're off to the next call. Or when you're calling out to people, how do you want your phone number to show up? Do you want to use local presence and have it automatically map to a local number? Or do you want to call from your FrontSpin phone number? Do you want to call from a private call ID? There's different ways to configure this. There's different ways to set it up. Same with your, voice messages. You might have an entire bank of pre-recorded ones. You might have one or two. Every user kind of uses it differently. But the end result is you have a very powerful system to operate your sales day through. And even from, let's say, the sales management perspective, there's some powerful things in here as well. So if I'm a sales manager, I can monitor and see what's happening on my team. So I can see a running list of all those inbound calls, outbound calls, I can, filter it down to a particular user, for example, and okay, I see they were interested in this phone call. Let me listen in and, see what was said on that call. And maybe I want to download and share a couple of my favorites during the next sales team meeting to, do some coaching or training or things like that with my team. So that is a very high-level overview of the capabilities of FrontSpin. We would be happy to, show you a more one-on-one personalized demo for you and your team. If that's something you would like to do, feel free to reach out to us, and we will be happy to get some time on the calendar to show you that. And hope you enjoyed the demo today.